It has often been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. But what if you don't understand what you're looking at? Here in New York City, one of the great cultural capitals of the world, art education is often off limits, out of reach, inaccessible to hundreds of thousands of the city's public school children.
I haven't really been to an art museum, a real art museum before. It's hard to understand art because you don't know what they're seeing.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Middleton.
Artworks is a remarkable volunteer art literacy program that has been opening young, inquisitive minds to the world of art and the world at large.
What else could happen when the sun shines on the bridge?
On the bridge, we're covering the sun. You see how the trees are?
Utilizing the collections of New York City's finest museums, Artworks teaches public elementary school children how to recognize, read, and interpret great works of art. Students learn to make sharp observations, analyze details, and use new vocabulary to express what they see and feel. They hone these visual literacy skills by examining selected examples of architecture, sculpture, decorative arts, and paintings.
Learning Leaders placed me at PS 20, and I've been volunteering there for 8 years now, working in the 3rd grade.
I want everybody to try to give you one great word to describe these shoes. Used. Any more?
Dirty.
Dirty. They're expected to be good painters, and they're expected to be poets and writers as well. Why would he make the stomach so long and thin? Why not make them wide?
I've always welcomed them because art is another avenue for children to be able to express their feelings and for them to realize that there is no right or wrong answers and to take a risk.
The Artworks volunteer goes into the classroom 4 times, each time introducing one of the 4 disciplines. The in-class sessions lead up to a museum visit, and a final session takes place back at school, a chance for the kids to review and express what they saw, learned, and felt.
These short lessons that the kids have shown me that they can think beyond just the regular, ordinary thoughts about pictures and sculptures and arts. They can look deeper into details.
We're going to have one more session next week together, and then we'll be ready to go on our trip to the Metropolitan Museum.
For the majority of the children, this will be their first time inside an art museum.
My favorite part of the Artworks program is when the children actually get to the museum.
It's always great to see how the kids will react to the artwork in person compared to how they've seen it on slides in the classroom, and they always have a much different experience when they see it in the museum. You've been with Liz in the classroom. She's been telling you about all the artwork here.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see it all in person.
Unlike other school visits, here the experience is personalized with groups of just 4 or 5 students led by an Artworks volunteer guide.
How do we know it's for running?
Because of the picture. 530 BC.
530 BC, 2,500 years ago.
Wow, that's old. So all of these bases are very old?
Which athletic events do we have now that are similar to the ancient?
Games.
The Olympic Games. Those were the original Olympic Games. What do we give now for the first prize in Olympic Games?
A gold medal.
A gold medal. So this is like...
This is like a trophy.
They look like little experts.
Well, Jacques-Louis David is the painter, and then the name of the person in the painting would be the next name, the title of the painting.
Yeah.
So would you call this a realistic picture or a stylized picture?
Realistic.
It's tremendously realistic. Who is he? Is he just a regular kid, or is he a prince or something?
He's both.
What the teachers have told me is that the students who go through the Artworks program have an expanded vocabulary, have a new way of expressing themselves. They see it in their verbal expression as well as in their writing that they do.
Students who participate in Artworks learn about so much more than just art. They learn that an idea can be effectively communicated with words as well as with color, shapes, and symbols. They discover that there may be many good answers to a question, But understand, the best ones are grounded in evidence. Armed with new techniques, they now find meaning and beauty in the art and architecture that surrounds them in their school and neighborhood. These important critical thinking and problem-solving skills can be applied across their curriculum and throughout their lives.
So my reward in this whole program is watching their reaction, having them talk about it, and what they're going to tell their parents afterwards.
What else do we see in this picture besides shoes? The floor, and that's it. There's nothing else.
Oh, look at there's a little creature on him. That's the baby.
Okay, what? Okay, so you think this is a girl or a man?
The girl, and this is the man, because...
What do you see in the decoration on the armor?
Pictures.
What pictures of what?
People, I can't really tell, there's so much.
Okay, you've heard of the King of England, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Everyone's heard of the King of England?
Yeah.
If I could show you the armor that the King of England wore, would you be interested in that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I thank you for coming to our class to teach us about art. I am glad you came because I wanted to learn about the arts. Now that I know more about art, I'm going to try and visit some of the other museums too. I love the museum. It was so wonderful. I expect my family to come back again. Art is really cool because it teaches you about history and geography too. You inspired me to be a great painter, sculptor, and even an architect. Do you really have to know math very well to be an architect? My favorite part of the museum was the mummy. Hopefully, when I grow up, I will become a famous painter. The museum was great, and someday I wish that I could make art like their masterpieces. I hope I get to go back as many times as you have. I loved every minute.
I used the free pass Artworks gave me to come back with my mom, my dad, and my 3 sisters. I felt so proud taking them around and explaining everything.
Dear Miss Barbara, I love art. Now I love Artworks.
Both the Metropolitan and Brooklyn Museums are prepared to welcome even more students, and the schools are happy to send them. The children are so eager to discover art, and the world's greatest art is waiting to inspire them. If you feel strongly about art and public school education, please partner with us. Your generous support will enable us to continue our mission of making art accessible to even more children, fostering a lasting appreciation of art and life. Together, we can bring art and learning to so many more of our city's children.